Once upon a time, there lived a grumpy, ugly, and rather smelly old man. He had not always been this grumpy or this smelly when he was a younger. It was a life circumstance that had dealt him blow after blow and left him feeling this way. He would spend his day trying to find a food and shelter, but everyday town folk and villagers would chase him away, teasing him and calling him his name as they want. Many days were spent like this, hungry and alone. With the beginning of new days, the grumpy, smelly old man picks himself up from the dirt and start walking the usual man road in search of food. What starts out to be normal day for our grumpy, smelled old man certainly is not going to end that way. The first villagers he walks into looking for the kind-hearted soul who would give him some food turned out to be terribly mean indeed. The moment the villagers see him walking towards them, fresh new insults are hurled in his direction. "Oh, smelly beast," laughs a little girl. "Get out our town, you grumpy smelling things," shouts an angry woman. "Leaves us alone," added another. "You're not welcome smelling like you do and looking as ugly as a dog dinner." Again, as these new harsh words are spoken, our grumpy, smelly old man can feel himself grow just a little bit more grumpy and slightly more stinky. Walking out of town, our old man is feeling awful. He is a terribly hungry and extremely lonely. He feels even more grumpier than he did this morning and starts muttering under his smelly breath all the way to the next place. It just so happens that our grumpy, smelly old man's luck was about to change. For within the very next village, there lived a wise man of high repute and a master in dealing with all matters of the heart and mind. Upon entering the village, there seemed nothing unusual or special about his new place. Fresh insults were hurled in his general direction. Most he had heard before, but they still hurt, and he already felt slightly more grumpy than he did a moment ago. His heart sank and he began to feel like his life was hopeless. He was sure he wouldn't eat today. Hearing the commotion and the insult being dished out to someone new in town, the highly reversed wise man approached the scan. He watched as a local boy hurled a fresh new insult toward the grumpy, smelly old man. Seeing how the onlooking crowd just laughed, he felt sorrow for his man. He also witnessed something else. He watched how each fresh new insult made the grumpy, smelly old man just ever so slightly more smelly and a little more grumpy. And so he began to hatch a wise plan. He explained to the villagers how this man was suffering. The only cure for this great suffering, he said, was a kindness. He told the local villagers that they must begin to praise the grumpy, smelly old man and bestow happiness upon him. For only this, he said, would heal the wounds of the hatred found in this poor man's heart. On hearing this, villagers' heart went out to the grumpy old man. "Welcome to our village," a young woman said to the old woman. "You must be tired with all your walking. Let me help you," said another, and gently took the old man's shoulders. And sure enough, just like the wise man had said, every time they welcomed the grumpy, smelly, and old man into their hearts. And every time they bestowed praise and kindness toward him, he would become ever so slightly less smelly and touch less grumpy. And the more the villager could see their own eyes how sending kindness towards the grumpy old man was working, the more they praised him with their words of positivity, love, and happiness, and the more the villagers gave a compassion for their hearts, and the more small grumpy old man was become a happier and a nicer person altogether, until eventually even trace of the ugly, smelly, grumpy old man was replaced by the handsome, kind-hearted, and happy old man. He spent the rest of this livings in the wonderful little village and become a lifelong student of the wise man who had turned his life around. The moral of this story is what we think we become. The more we feed our negativity, the more it grows. If we added input to that negativity, the more our minds produce the same types of the thought, and around it goes. So be careful what you think and say.